When a salesperson is not accountable, that salesperson cannot be successful in selling. The second sales competency I want to share with you today would be accountability. And there are three critical emotional intelligence competencies that are associated with sales accountability. When a salesperson is not accountable, that salesperson cannot be successful in selling. Deploying sales accountability is that capacity for you to manage sales cycle for meaningful results until you get what you want. An accountable salesperson says, let's meet for 4 o'clock, and they are there at 4 o'clock. An accountable salesperson says, I would send you the document before the close of business today, and they will send you the document. An accountable salesperson will say, I would give you a call at 3:30 p.m. and they would give the call at 3:30 p.m. An accountable salesperson would say, I would ask my MD for approval, and they will ask the MD for approval. Whether the approval is given or not, they will be able to call the client and give information about the approval. Sales accountability gives you the capacity to follow up as promised. Sales accountability helps you hold everything in the sales cycle together so that nothing falls through the cracks, and this helps to build trust with your potential clients. Sales accountability is what makes you touch bases with every part of the sales cycle with your clients. You follow all next steps, and you are able to follow people with their promises and their priorities. Not every salesperson is able to do this, and those salespeople that are able to do this, they would grow their sales and achieve their targets a lot of times. What are the emotional intelligence competencies associated with sales accountability? The first one would be pursue noble goals. Pursue noble goals. You see, when you are a salesperson without a sales noble goal, then you most likely will not be accountable. A salesperson who is pursuing sales noble goal is someone who has an overarching purpose for selling. You cannot just be selling because that's the only opportunity available for you now. There must be something that is beyond money, something that is beyond you, something that is noble enough to keep you going in sales, something that is purposeful. Now, you might not have it at the beginning of your sales career, but you can develop it because you know it is a competency that you need for sales. So what is a bigger reason? What is the bigger picture for your sales? Yes, money is great. Don't get me wrong. Money is great, but something beyond money that brings purposefulness into your day-to-day sales activity. Imagine it like this, that you've set a GPS of sales, like your North Star of sales, and that North Star is guiding every of your sales activities. When you do that, you will be accountable because there is something beyond money that is helping you carry out your sales activities. It wakes you up in the morning, whether there's money to be made or not. That purposefulness integrates several domains, and that big picture helps you to sell on a daily basis. There's no way you won't be accountable. Nothing will fall through the cracks because you have a bigger picture for selling beyond the product, beyond the money. So what is your sales noble goal? The second emotional intelligence competencies that is associated with deploying sales accountability would be applying consequential thinking. Applying consequential thinking. People who are emotionally intelligent, they know how to look at the consequence of the action they want to take before they take it. They know how to weigh the cost and benefit of their sales action as they deploy their actions every day. And so when they see the cost and the benefit of what they are doing or what they are not doing, which is inaction, it helps them to take the actions that would make them accountable to their prospect or to their client. So are you someone who deploys consequential thinking in your day-to-day life? Do you use consequential thinking to determine what to do in the course of your entire sales process? If you're not like that, then it's time to develop these emotional intelligence skills. Emotions will tell you not to do something, but thinking of the consequence of what you have decided not to do can show you the cost and the benefit, and then you can pick up the necessary sales action, and then you call that client, and then you send that mail, and now you are not allowing the emotion to overwhelm you. You are reasoning and taking the necessary sales decision that would help you to successfully engage with your client. That is what emotionally intelligent salespeople do. And then the last one will be to recognize your pattern. Emotionally intelligent salespeople understand their patterns. They know the patterns that helps them to sell more and the patterns that reduce their sales. So when they begin to experience those patterns that are not productive to their sales result, they are able to take a pause and reverse the patterns that help them to achieve sales. When they go out for sales activities and they identify patterns that are not healthy for their sales, whether from their clients or in the process of the selling, they are able to quickly switch that pattern because they are aware. It's in the realm of awareness. And when they see patterns that lead to sales, they impact more on that pattern so that they will achieve their sales result. So do you recognize your sales pattern? And I mean the positive sales patterns and the negative sales pattern. Are you able to say, whenever this happens, I sell? Whenever I think like this, I move to sales action. Whenever I feel this emotion, I stay at home. And so you know that pattern when you're feeling and you're able to change it. So what are your positive sales patterns and what are your negative sales patterns? And how are they working for you and working against you? Maybe one of these days I'll share the remaining sales competencies beyond these two. It is important for me to say here that these skills are measurable. That means you can take an assessment and we know which sales competencies you're strong with and which ones you're weak with. And then you can begin to grow the emotional intelligence competencies that will help the sales competencies. If you want to know the sales competencies in which you're strong in and the ones that you're not very strong in, then you can send a mail to the email on the video. If you want to deploy our advanced emotional intelligence sales program, where all your salespeople are able to identify their sales competencies and identify the emotional intelligence competencies associated with it and begin to grow those competencies to increase their sales, also send a mail to the email on the screen. Until the next episode, take this, run with it, and improve your sales results.